Hey there, dreamers and future New Yorkers. Welcome to our whirlwind tour of the top 10 places you absolutely miss in New York City. In this video, we'll be your sassy, street smart guide, dishing on why these iconic spots are more must-see than a Liz Lemon freakout at a Benihana. We're talking about the places that have seen it all, from historic moments to celebrity meltdowns. So buckle up, grab your MetroCard, and get ready for a wild ride through the concrete jungle. First up, we're kicking things off with an American classic, the Statue of Liberty, but there's a reason everyone flocks to see this copper goddess. She's a symbol of freedom, hope, and the American dream, or at least a really good Instagram opportunity. Speaking of Instagram, Beyonce and Taylor Swift have both graced Lady Liberty with their presence. Taking a ferry to Liberty Island is like taking a step back in time. You can practically hear the whispers of all the immigrants who passed by her on their way to Ellis Island, hoping for a better life. So don't be a Kenneth, put on your walking shoes and get ready to experience the majesty of Lady Liberty. Next up, we're taking it to the top, literally. We're talking about the one and only Empire State Building. This iconic skyscraper has been a fixture of the New York City skyline since, like, forever. Whether you're seeing it for the first time or the 100th, the Empire State Building has a way of taking your breath away. And speaking of breathtaking, the views from the top, forget about it. You can see the entire city sprawled out before you like a giant concrete jungle gym. The Empire State Building has been featured in countless films, from King Kong to Sleepless in Seattle. So grab your binoculars and your selfie stick and get ready to experience the Empire State Building in all its glory. Just try not to get too blown away by the wind up there. Navigating the streets of New York City can be enough to make even the most seasoned city slicker crave a little peace and quiet. But fear not, my friend, because Central Park is here to save the day. This sprawling oasis in the middle of Manhattan is like a giant green hug for your soul. You can stroll through the Shakespeare Garden, take a romantic rowboat ride on the lake, or just plop down on a bench and people watch to your heart's content. So ditch your subway map, pack a picnic basket, and get ready to experience the tranquility of Central Park. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to brave the eye-popping, ear-splitting, heart-pumping chaos that is Times Square. We're talking about giant LED screens, Broadway marquees, costumed characters vying for your attention and your dollars, and enough street food vendors to satisfy every craving imaginable. Just try not to get run over by a double-decker tourist bus while you're snapping selfies with Elmo and Spider-Man. So grab your camera, your sense of adventure, and maybe a pair of noise cancelling headphones, just in case, and get ready to experience the electric energy of Times Square. It's a spectacle that you have to see to believe. Calling all theater geeks and lovers of all things jazz hands, we've arrived at our next destination, the legendary Broadway. From heart-stopping dramas to side-splitting musicals, there's a show for everyone on Broadway. We're talking about classics like Phantom of the Opera and The Lion King, as well as cutting-edge new works that will leave you speechless. So put on your fanciest outfit, grab your playbill, and get ready to be transported to another world. Next up, we're ditching the bright lights of Broadway for a more refined experience at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, or as the cool kids call it, the Met. The Met is not your average stuffy old art museum. We're talking about a treasure trove of art and artifacts from all over the world, spanning centuries of human creativity. You could literally spend days exploring this place and still not see everything. So put on your art critic glasses, or at least pretend like you know what you're looking at, and get ready to experience the wonders of the Met. Just try not to touch anything, no matter how tempting it may seem. Our next stop is a somber one, but it's an essential part of understanding the history of New York City. The 9/11 Memorial and Museum is a powerful tribute to the victims of the September 11th attacks. The memorial itself is incredibly moving. 2 reflecting pools sit where the Twin Towers once stood. Their edges inscribed with the names of all those who lost their lives. The museum is equally powerful with artifacts from the attacks, first-hand accounts from survivors, and exhibits that tell the story of that day in a way that's both informative and deeply emotional. This is a place for quiet reflection and remembrance. All right, folks, let's lace up those walking shoes and prepare for a New York experience that's as classic as it gets. A stroll across the Brooklyn Bridge. Walking across the Brooklyn Bridge is like taking a step back in time, with its towering steel arches, intricate cablework, and breathtaking views of the Manhattan skyline. You'll be sharing the pedestrian walkway with tourists and locals alike, all equally awestruck by the engineering marvel above and the sparkling city below. So grab your camera, your Metro card, and maybe a pretzel from a street vendor, and get ready for an unforgettable walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to take our sightseeing to new heights. Literally, our next stop is the Highline, a park like no other, built on a historic, elevated freight rail line. You'll be strolling through gardens, plazas, and art installations, all while hovering above the streets of Manhattan. The Highline is a testament to the city's ability to transform even the most industrial spaces into something beautiful and unexpected. So grab your sunglasses, your sense of adventure, and maybe a coffee from one of the nearby Chelsea cafes, and get ready to experience the magic of the Highline. It's the perfect place to escape the city noise and get a unique perspective on Manhattan. And for our final stop on our whirlwind tour of New York City, we're heading to a place that's practically synonymous with the holidays, but don't worry, you don't need to wait for Christmas to experience its magic. Get ready for Rockefeller Center, a bustling complex that's got something for everyone, from ice skating to Art Deco architecture to, yes, even a giant Christmas tree during the holiday season, of course. You can catch a show at Radio City Music Hall, take a tour of NBC Studios, or just soak up the energy of this iconic New York landmark. So grab your wallet, your sense of wonder, and get ready to experience the magic of Rockefeller Center. It's the perfect way to end our New York City adventure. And that's a wrap on our whirlwind tour of New York City's top 10 must-see spots. I told you it was going to be epic. From Lady Liberty's inspiring presence to the bright lights of Times Square, this city has a way of leaving its mark on everyone who visits. Remember, This is just a taste of what New York City has to offer. So what are you waiting for? Book that trip, hail a cab, and get ready to experience the magic for yourself.